Of this year's Free Tax Assistance Program, which is a project of the New Haven Economic Security Coalition, which is a city-led effort carried out in partnership with the IRS and community-based organizations in New Haven. This year, we're very pleased to announce 2 additional services that will assist residents with asset development and also help immigrants in the city to pay their taxes. Here to talk about the city's efforts is our mayor, John DeStefano.
This is a simple program that many of you here are part of and help make happen. And it's based on a set of values that if you're in the community, you should pay your taxes and that work should pay. This program, which began 5 years ago, began with a focus on earned income tax credit. One of the great federal programs, which is a refundable tax credit that when you work provides an income supplement to low-income people. You go to work, work should pay, earned income tax credit helps do that. We're the partners in this program at Values to help people do their taxes. Last year we serviced nearly 800 citizens, 800 returns. We are adding staff, good partners helping make this happen. We hope to hit 1,000 this year. In each of these instances, we encourage people to apply for earned income tax credit, and one of the new features we're adding is working with our friends at Empower New Haven, an opportunity for them to take that refundable tax credit and basically get even more money back by investing it in an individual development account, which will allow people to set aside money for longer-term gains such as home ownership or scholarship. The second feature of the program this year is a particular focus to reach out to undocumented immigrants, those without Social Security numbers. The idea being there that if you're a member of the community, you're working in the community, you're enjoying the benefits of being in the community, you should look to pay your taxes. And we're going to help folks do that, explain how they can do it, and not feel threatened that they're somehow being turned into immigration as a result. It makes sense. Work should pay. Everybody should be part of this program, and we're excited about the new features of IDAs and extending the program to immigrant services. Tika, tell when I stop talking this time.
I want to introduce the collaborating partner of the New Haven Economic Security Coalition that has made it possible for immigrants in the city to pay taxes, and that's Laura Wisar of Junta for Progressive Action.
How are you? So it is a pleasure to be here representing Junta for Progressive Action. We've been a member of the New Haven Economic Security Coalition for a number of years now, and it's really been a great experience for us. We know how important VITA is for the city. We know how important the EITC is for our community. And it's also especially exciting to be part of the coalition this year as we really work to encourage and enable everyone to file their tax returns. So that is everyone, undocumented, documented, everyone. So I'm here today to tell you a little bit about the ITIN number, which is really making all of that possible. The ITIN number, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is the Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. And as you may know, the IRS began to issue ITIN numbers in 1996. These numbers are essentially 9-digit identifier numbers for people who don't have a Social Security number but wish to pay taxes. And so there's been an incredible demand for it since the program's inception. I mean, by 2003, over 7 million ITINs have been issued in the U.S., and every year just billions of dollars are reported in income to the IRS, and hundreds of millions have been paid in taxes. So it's really, an important tool in gathering those tax dollars from our communities, and individuals benefit from it greatly by getting refunds. Those with ITIN numbers are not eligible for Social Security benefits or earned income tax credit, but they do get refunds, and it does enable them to pay taxes. So we at Junta especially consider it a really important tool to push here in New Haven. And in Connecticut last year alone, over 16,000 people filed their taxes using ITIN numbers, and New Haven actually ranked fifth as the fifth highest number of people who filed taxes using an ITIN number. So we at Junta are really working very hard right now to inform people about the ITIN number option and really help them fill out the W-7 applications which are required and just help them get those 1040 in. that 1040 forms in. So, you know, if anybody has questions, they can feel free to contact me at Junta or the New Haven Economic Security Coalition. Thank you.
Actually, you'll stick around to answer questions as well.
Absolutely.
I'll step into it. I just want to quickly mention our additional Economic Security Coalition partners. They include the Christian Community Action, the Dixwell Yale University Community Learning Center, National Student Partnerships, Quinnipiac University Law School, SCSU Accounting Society, the Spanish Americans Merchants Association, and Strive New Haven. And we do this in association with the Annie E. Casey Foundation, Empower New Haven, and the U.S. Internal Revenue Services. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll open it up for questions.
College Democrats are organizing an effort to lobby on behalf of the state adopting what's called a piggyback earned income tax credit. And what that is about 17 other states supplement the federal earned income tax credit with the state earned income tax credit. Again, the goal is the same: encourage people to work by making work pay. We advocated last year. There's considerable support for it this year, and we look forward to being persuasive.
It does keep that information separate from the Department of Homeland Security and other government agencies, so in a sense they are told that they should not worry about that.
So hi, my name is Lauren Mizar. I'm here representing Junta for Progressive Action. Oh, sorry, Spanish.
Is that when you are?
Okay, buenas tardes. Yo me llamo Laura Mizar. Estoy aquí representando a Junta para Acción Progresiva. Estamos aquí para verdaderamente dar información sobre el número de ITIN, el cual permite que cualquier persona que no tenga un Social Security Number pueda llenar sus formas de impuestos y pagar los impuestos aquí en Estados Unidos. Nosotros queremos que todos los que hayan ganado dinero el año pasado paguen sus impuestos y nosotros les podemos ayudar.
It's the presence of the university, but additionally the presence of
Thomas? And we're all set when you are.
My name is Maggie Adair, and I'm the Policy Director of the Connecticut Association for Human Services. And I just attended a press conference in New Haven about the importance of the Federal Earned Income Tax Credit, which was enacted in 1975. And it's a tax credit for working families who have low wages and are having troubles making ends meet. This credit has been considered the most single-effective anti-poverty policy in the United States. And in Connecticut, we want to have a Connecticut State Agency. So last year, we really built a broad coalition of nonprofits, advocates, faith-based groups, civic organizations, and pushed for a state earned income tax credit that would be equal to 20% of the federal credit. And we almost won. We got it into the budget package. It was in the final hours of the negotiations, but in the end, the governor didn't want this, and the legislature decided they needed to pull it out of the package. But we're here again, and our coalition is stronger. We have more support than ever from legislators, and we are going to again push for a 20% state earned income tax credit for working families. Senate Majority Marty Looney, he is our champion. He's been our champion in the past, and he's very hopeful, and he's determined that we're going to pass it this session. So next, on Thursday, we're having a press conference. Actually, Mayor John DeStefano is going to be one of the speakers, along with Hartford Mayor Eddie Perez and State Treasurer Denise Napier, and calling for the legislators to pass this credit for low-wage working families. And why it's so important is we have low-wage families all over Connecticut working 2-3 jobs, and yet they can't make ends meet. And they're doing jobs that we depend on every day. They're cleaning our bedpans, they're cleaning our hotel rooms, they're giving you your cup of coffee, and they're working hard. And they have a right to put food on the table, pay their taxes, pay their utility bills, just like everyone else. Furthermore, a state earned income tax credit really creates tax equity, because low-wage workers pay a far higher share of their tax burden than wealthy people as far as their income. So what can you do if you want to help us get a state earned income tax credit? Call the governor's office, ask her to support a state earned income tax credit, call your legislators, ask them to support a state earned income tax credit, and ask them to sign on to Senator Looney's bill, which is SB 146.
Professor Schartenberg has been gone for 30 years.